Hello, Medicine Hat. It's Monday, and that means I'm back again doing my Monday thing. Don't worry, I've already recharged the tartine starter, which means we're going to have tartine bread tomorrow, touch wood. Nonetheless, that worked out pretty well on Saturday because the scones that I made just off the cuff turned out to have been pretty good sellers, and I got lots of great feedback on it. And that is, greatly encouraging. Means that you're watching this, listening to it. We've got good communication on Facebook, and that's wonderful. It also means that I got some flexibility, which I do really like. So thanks. I want to show you some pictures. Actually, this picture I printed off the internet 6 years ago, just after we took over the bakery. And I've kept it hanging up on the fridge back there ever since, because I wanted to see it all the time, and I wanted our bakers and our staff to see it all the time. Why? Well, because obviously that's where we wanted to go. This are actually pictures from a bakery in Italy called La Panetteria, and of course that isn't our bakery, but you've probably noticed that over the last 6 years that is where we've been heading. I mean, like 6 years ago, everything we made here was in plastic bags. Everything. You see any plastic bags there? Nope, not a one. That's the direction I want to go. It's the direction we have been going, and well, frankly, like 4 years ago, if you looked at our bread sales, there was no doubt about it. I mean, we made all kinds of sourdoughs. We had, the artisan breads, and we were doing what I would call good breads. Breads I want to eat, breads I take home. And yet, number one here, absolutely far and away, was brown bread, right? Commercial brown bread, fat, sugar, something that comes out of a factory. You can make it in like 2 hours from mixer to bag. And we've been making that bread all along. Although the trend has been the right way. It's been going this way. And it is time to let that bread go. It doesn't fit with who we are anymore. The sales are really pretty abysmal for brown bread. I know it does have some loyalists, and I'm sorry to you, but it just feels now that we're just enabling a delusion, really, that it's like the healthy choice, and it's not, right? It is not a healthy bread. It just has a little bit of extra bran in it, but it is really like commercial fat and high gluten and sugar white bread with an extra teaspoon of bran. That's really all it is. And if we're going to keep going the way that we want to go, then we just can't have that anymore. And it's an extra dough, and it consumes bakers' time. And anyway, so time to let that one go. Goodbye, brown bread. And really, like, what's been going on here for the last, couple weeks anyway? I mean, like that raisin walnut rye that we pulled out last week for a couple of days, that pretty much came out of nowhere. We started making the sun-dried tomato and like the roasted garlic white sourdoughs. Those have been selling really well. And I like that, we could just kind of whip them up, and people, we put a picture on Facebook and people buy them. And there's a lot of good things about this whiteboard up here. It kind of gives you some orientation, but I don't want that, sorry, not whiteboard, blackboard. I don't want that blackboard to like be a set of handcuffs on me, right? That just like consumes all of our time. It's good to have some free time. And then we can be a little more creative. And like, man, I haven't even started to play with meat yet. I've barely started to play with spices. And there's a lot of, geez, like I said, there's plenty more laminated doughs we can make with that amazing new sheeter we've got. There's lots of stuff that I want to try out. And we need to make more room to do it, right? Which I said was the reason to be closing on Mondays, and it is. And here I am. We're doing stuff. So we're going to keep going that way. I'm sorry, brown bread's just it's not in the picture anymore. I hope you understand, and I know that most of you do. And that's the news for this week. Valentine's Day coming up. Banana cream pies. Just a little reminder, FYI, and thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again soon.